On a clear night, the sky feels eternal stars scattered like frozen sparks, silent and confident, as if they have always been there and always will be, watching our fleeting stories from impossible distances beyond the thin air of Earth. Yet from the moment of the Big Bang, the universe has never stopped moving. Space itself stretches, like an invisible fabric pulled from all sides, carrying galaxies with it as they drift farther and farther apart into deepening darkness. We once imagined gravity might slow this expansion, pulling everything back together. Instead, something stranger emerged: dark energy, a mysterious pressure woven into space, pushing galaxies apart faster and faster, like a cosmic accelerator with no visible engine. From our small spiral galaxy, the Milky Way, the change is subtle. Constellations look almost unchanged across human history. They're shifting measured in millimeters and decades, while the true drama unfolds on scales far beyond any lifetime or civilization. As eons pass, expansion will carry most galaxies beyond our cosmic horizon. Their light stretched and weakened will never reach us. To future astronomers, the universe will appear emptier, as if distant realms had quietly vanished without a trace. Even within our local group, time will thin the sky. Galaxies will merge, stars will burn out, and new ones will form more rarely. The Milky Way's bright disk will age, trading youthful blue stars for long-lived, dim red embers. On a planet orbiting some future star, a lone observer will look up and see fewer constellations than we do, less pattern. Less structure, more black between the lights, like a theater ceiling slowly turning off its bulbs, one by one. Eventually, even those scattered galaxies will slip away beyond detection. The universe will resemble a deserted city at night, its distant windows darkened, only a handful of local lights flickering in the immensity of an ever-expanding, silent street. Stars themselves are not eternal. The bright, massive ones exhaust their fuel in brief, furious lives, exploding into supernovae. Smaller stars last longer trillions of years, but not forever. Their cores will cool, their light will fade, leaving only cold husks behind. As the ages stack higher than mountains of time, fewer new stars are born. Gas clouds thin. Raw material is locked in dead remnants. The cosmos slides quietly from an age of fire into a long twilight, ruled by faint red dwarfs. Red dwarfs burn slowly, like candles stingy with their wax, stretching their fuel across trillions of years. Around them, dim planets may circle under perpetual dusk, their skies holding only a few tired points of light in an ocean of black. On such worlds, night will feel heavier. Children may hear stories of ancient skies filled with countless stars, legends so extravagant they seem impossible, myths from a more crowded universe their eyes will never be able to confirm. As expansion continues, even the faintest distant galaxies will slip beyond the cosmic horizon. Their light can no longer outrun the stretching of space, trapped forever out of reach, like ships sailing over an edge that no telescope can follow. Future astronomers, if any remain, will live in a kind of cosmic illusion. With no evidence of expansion or other galaxies, they may conclude the universe is small, static, and ancient myths about a larger cosmos were simply poetic exaggeration. Our time, then, is special, not because we are central, but because we see the universe when it is still rich in clues. The sky above us holds a forensic record of creation that future eyes will never have the chance to read. In the far future, even local stars will exhaust themselves. White dwarfs will cool to black dwarfs, neutron stars will fade, and only the occasional collision or decay will spark rare flashes in an otherwise monotone darkness, stretching in all directions. Planets, moons, and debris will continue to orbit these extinguished embers, circling invisible centers of gravity. Any remaining observers would step outside and see no familiar constellations, only an oppressive, starless void swallowing the horizon. No Milky Way band will arc overhead, no Orion, no Big Dipper. The stories once drawn between points of light will collapse without their anchors, leaving only memory, data, and perhaps old images to testify that the heavens were ever bright. In that age, night will be truly night and absolute black, where even the idea of a sky feels strange. Above will be not a ceiling of lights, but an endless hollow absence, like standing at the bottom of a drained cosmic ocean. The universe will keep expanding regardless, its fabric stretching colder, thinner, more diluted. With no new starlight to replenish it, the cosmos becomes a growing room, with the lights turned off, the furniture abandoned, and the last footsteps already silent. Yet even in this creeping darkness, physics continues. Black holes still haunt the void, swallowing stray matter and faint radiation. Their invisible mouths the last engines of drama in a universe that has otherwise fallen into a slow, almost perfect gravitational silence. Over unimaginable spans, black holes themselves will evaporate, leaking energy through Hawking radiation. Their titanic silhouettes will shrink to embers, then sparks, then nothing final fireworks in a cosmos that once burned with trillions of suns across endless crowded starfields. When the last black hole fades, no bright objects remain, only thin, ghostly particles whispering through a universe stretched almost beyond recognition. The cosmos will be vast, cold, and nearly featureless, like a deserted highway running forever without signs, towns, or headlights. From our perspective today, such a night feels impossibly distant, more like a myth than a forecast. But the same equations that describe tomorrow's sunrise also describe that future darkness, tying our brief human mornings to the universe's slow, inevitable evening. We stand at a luminous middle chapter between primal fire and final shadow. Above us, the sky still blazes with evidence galaxies, background radiation, the ghostly afterglow of the Big Bang signposts that will one day be erased from every accessible horizon. Knowing this, the night sky becomes more than decoration. It is a vanishing archive, a temporary library of light. Every star you see is a letter in a cosmic sentence that future civilizations may never be able to read or even suspect existed. Thought can feel crushing, that everything bright will dim, every story end, every constellation dissolve. Yet within that melancholy lies a strange tenderness, because impermanence makes each clear night rarer, more precious, a fleeting performance on a stage destined to go dark. One night, far beyond any human calendar, a final observer will step outside. They will search the heavens and see no stars, only a perfectly black vault overhead, perhaps lit faintly by their own artificial lamps and the afterimages of stories passed down. They might not believe the old tales of galaxies and constellations, the great river of the Milky Way, the crowded skies of youth. To them, the universe will appear small, sparse, and static, a quiet room whose windows were always painted black. Yet whether that final witness arrives or not, the story remains written. The universe is expanding, the lights are slowly going out, and we are fortunate enough to live in an era when the ceiling is still full of stars. Knowing the lights will someday vanish does not make tonight's sky less real. If anything, it sharpens every shimmer, every streaking meteor, every soft glow above the horizon into a fragile miracle happening once in a universe that will not repeat this exact moment. In a sense, we are the universe remembering itself while it can still see. Our telescopes extend its vision. Our equations interpret its past. Our stories translate cold data into meaning before the evidence fades beyond reach and the future grows blind. Coming darkness is not punishment, just consequence. Expansion, burnout, and cooling follow from the rules written at the universe's birth. There is no malice in empty skies, only the quiet, logical result of a long, patient unfolding of cosmic physics. We tend to imagine endings as sudden, a crash, a flame, an apocalypse. But the universe's likely fate is gentler and lonelier. A slow unthreading of light across unthinkable ages until darkness is not an event, but simply the background state of everything. On Earth, we measure time in days, years, generations. Cosmic time laughs at such scales. The road from our star-filled sky to that final starless night is so long that even entire galaxies will live and die before the universe notices. But small does not mean meaningless. A single human lifetime is enough to discover galaxies, decode starlight, even sense the universe's eventual darkness. We may not see the end, but we can understand that there is one, and that understanding is profound. When you look at the stars tonight, you are peering across both distance and destiny, seeing not just where light came from, but where light is heading towards stretching wavelengths, thinning density, and a future where the word night means only black. Some find comfort in this inevitability. If even stars die, Our own endings feel less personal, more like participation in a shared cosmic pattern. Birth, blaze, fade, silence a rhythm that spans from human hearts to galaxies turning in the dark. Others feel a sharp sadness, grieving the loss of skies no future eyes will see. They imagine the last night with no stars and feel compelled to cherish this one more fiercely, to memorize the constellations before the universe erases them. Maybe that is the gift of knowing the ending. It urges us to pay attention, to step outside, breathe the cool air, and actually look up not at screens, but at that ancient temporary ceiling of burning worlds shining while they still can. Imagine standing beside someone you love beneath a darkening sky, sharing the knowledge that these stars are finite, that someday, somewhere, beings may walk under perfect black, never knowing this glittering canopy you quietly took for granted your entire remembered life. Our telescopes and simulations let us visit that distant night in imagination. We can project the universe forward, watching light thin, galaxies fade, and structures unravel, then return to the present with new eyes, seeing every star as a temporary blazing privilege. The universe is not a story of endless growth, but of transformation, dense fire to delicate structure, brightness to dim embers, crowded skies to empty ones. We are born in the luminous middle act, witnesses to both the echoes of the beginning and hints of the end. Some theories imagine rebirths or cycles, universes budding from old ones. Others see only a long fade into cold equilibrium. Whichever is true, our chapter remains the same. A brief era when the night still tells the full story in points of light. When the last star goes out, nothing will mark the moment. No sound, no flash. Just the final turning of a key in a lock no one is left to touch. Night will simply deepen by a fraction, and then remain that way forever. We often fear darkness, yet here it is not villain but destination, like sleep following a very long day. The cosmos will have burned through its possibilities, explored what its laws allowed, and then settled, quiet, into a vast, cool rest. Knowing this, we might treat our own small lights differently. Every act of kindness, every work of art, every spark of curiosity, as a lantern briefly held up against the long cosmic evening, proof that for a while, the universe contained beings who care. The last starless night will likely pass without witnesses, but that does not erase the skies that came before. Every photon now crossing space, every starlit memory in every mind, is part of the universe's one-time experiment in being bright. So tonight, when you step outside, let the weight of this future brush lightly against you, not to crush you, but to frame your existence. You are alive during a rare window, when the universe still hangs its history openly above your head. The universe will keep expanding, and one night, unimaginably far ahead, there will indeed be no star in the sky. But this night is not that night. This is one of the nights of light yours to witness, and for a moment, to remember. Scientists call that distant fate heat, death, not fire, but uniformity, no temperature differences, no free energy, no engines. Just a quiet sea where nothing much happens, because everything capable of happening has already unfolded and cooled into near-perfect sameness. In that era, time will lose much of its meaning. Without change, before and after blur together, the universe will still exist, but with almost nothing to mark one moment from the next, like a clock whose hands spin with no ticking. Compared to that, our turbulent age is wild supernovae roaring, galaxies colliding, planets forming, life emerging, minds questioning. We inhabit the fireworks phase, a brief storm of complexity before the long calm ocean arrives and swallows the last ripples. This contrast can reshape how we see ourselves. We are not trivial specks in an already stale universe. We are rare sparks in a cosmos still alive with change, existing precisely when there is something spectacular left to see and do. Our telescopes act like time machines pulling ancient light from deep space. When we photograph a galaxy, we freeze a moment that future skies will never offer, an image from the universe's bright youth, archived before its features fade forever. One day, no instrument will detect such grandeur. Spectra will flatten, signals will quiet, and all that remains will be background whispers. The cosmos will not end in a bang, but in a soft exhale, then a drawn-out, nearly infinite sigh. From here, though, the sky is still loud with history. Every star is a running engine, every galaxy a 1,000 billion-piece machine. The fact that you can step outside and see even a fraction of this is, statistically, an outrageous stroke of timing. Perhaps that knowledge carries responsibility. If we are among the few eras that can grasp the universe's story, maybe it falls to us to write it down, to translate starlight into memory before the script dissolves into unreadable empty black. You might never touch another galaxy, but you can belong to this one consciously. To look up and understand even a little of what you see is to participate in the cosmos, not as a bystander, but as its briefly awakened mind. Someday there will be a night with no stars, no Milky Way, no cosmic clues. But tonight, the universe is still telling you its story in light. All you have to do is step into the dark, tilt your head back, and listen. In that future, starless universe, there may be no eyes left to see, no minds to wonder. But right now, you are here, both fragile and vast an arrangement of atoms, briefly capable of understanding the grand, fading theater it inhabits. Astronomers sometimes talk about the era of starlight, as if it were a chapter in a book. We are reading that chapter live, not as history or prediction, but as scenery outside our windows every time the sun goes down. When distant civilizations, if they exist, look up, they see different constellations, different orientations of the same shared cosmos. Across the universe, countless perspectives are stitching one temporary tapestry of light, soon to be rolled up and stored away by time. We like to imagine we could pause it, freeze the universe at peak beauty, keep the stars lit indefinitely. But stasis is not life. It is the rising and falling, the igniting and dimming that carve the universe into something worth beholding. Even our myths echo this truth. Suns that die and are reborn, cycles of ages, nights that last forever before dawn. Only here, in reality, the last night may truly have no sunrise, just the memory of a universe that once learned to shine. Still, within that outcome lies no instruction on how to live. The equations do not command despair or joy. They simply say, this is where the road leads. What you do while walking it remains, gloriously, painfully, up to you. You can respond with indifference, acting as though the sky were wallpaper, or you can answer with attention, treating each clear night as an invitation from the universe itself, asking softly if you are willing to notice that you are here. One evening, long before the final darkness, your own stars will go out, the ones behind your eyes. Long before the cosmos reaches heat death, each of us experiences a private end, making the shared cosmic fate feel less abstract and more intimate. That parallel can be oddly comforting. Just as the universe had a bright childhood and will grow old, so do we. We are miniature versions of the cosmic story, born from chaos, brief in our shining, returning quietly to the dark. If the night sky teaches anything, it is that everything changes, yet nothing is truly alone. Every star is part of a galaxy, every galaxy part of a web, every person part of a brief, luminous community under one vast temporary dome. We cannot halt expansion or relight future dead suns, but we can light each other's lives. A universe headed for darkness can still contain warmth conversations, laughter, shared silence beneath the stars, tiny defiant pockets of meaning against an indifferent backdrop. Think of every stargazer across history, sailors, shepherds, scientists, poets, tilting their heads back just as you do. For a brief span, humanity is a constellation of observers, all looking up at the same grand ceiling before it eventually goes blank. Our descendants may someday carry artificial stars, orbital mirrors, fusion lanterns, engineered suns, to keep their local worlds lit against the growing dark. Even as the universe cools, intelligence might kindle new fires in pockets, refusing to surrender to cosmic night. Yet even those lights will be temporary too. Nothing escapes entropy forever. But the attempt itself matters, a declaration that life answered the coming dark, not just with fear, but with invention, creativity, and a stubborn desire to keep shining. For you though, the decision is simpler and closer to home. You do not need to build stars. You only need to decide whether to live awake or asleep, aware of the cosmos you inhabit or sealed off in smaller, safer rooms. Step outside, feel the cool air, the slight hum of distant traffic or wind in trees. Above all of that, higher than the planets and clouds, lies a view that future ages will never have. One that, right now, belongs directly to you. Remember that every star you see has already changed. Many are dead by now. Their light is old news, still en route. When future skies are empty, some of tonight's photons will still be crossing space, silent messengers from a brighter era. In that sense, your gaze is part of a chain. The universe emits light. You receive it, perhaps tell someone about what you saw. That story becomes another kind of radiation, cultural, emotional, spreading long after the original star has faded. So when you imagine that final night with no stars, do not let it swallow this one. Instead, let it sharpen the contrast. This is not then. This is the age of light, and you are alive for a few precious evenings of it. The universe will keep expanding, and someday the sky will go dark. But tonight, stars still burn for you. Stand in their glow, breathe and understand. You are a temporary being in a temporary cosmos, sharing one extraordinary, illuminated moment together.